Dear all, so in this video we will be discussing the process of encryption and decryption in elliptic curve cryptography. As we know that elliptic curve cryptography can operate on real numbers and on prime field, and the third one is the binary field. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about how the encryption and decryption processes are carried out in elliptic cryptography, which is operated under prime field ZP. So this slide explains you the basic requirements, basic inputs required for performing the encryption in ECC, and what kind of operation, what kind of mathematical computations are required for performing the encryption. Basically, if you want to perform encryption in ECC, the input part contains the elements required. First one is we must know on what curve the encryption process needs to be carried out. That is specified by EP of A comma B, where P is the prime field and A and B are constant. So that with EP of A comma B, we can construct the curve by applying this to an equation y square equal to x cube plus ax plus b. Y square equal to x cube plus ax plus b. So with the EP of A comma B, we will be able to find out the curve. Second thing is random positive integer. This is an unique one in the encryption process. In fact, I would say that this is something similar to the integer NA chosen by the user. So when the user wants to calculate his public key, for example PA can be calculated by multiplying the scalar NA with G. G is the point, right? So similar to NA, here we use a term called the random positive integer K. After that, the plain text point. In fact, encryption, how basically an encryption is performed, encryption requires a plain text, and after that you will have the key. So when you are performing the function involving the plain text and the key, you will generate the ciphertext. This is how basic encryption process happens. In the case of public key cryptography, you require both public key as well as private key. In the case of symmetric key ciphers, both the user A and user B will use the same key. But in the case of elliptic curve cryptography, since it is a public key crypto system, we use both public key and private key. Now, elliptic curve cryptography works with the points. Therefore, your plain text is also represented as a point. So here we consider PM as the plain text point. As you know that every point needs to be represented with x and y coordinate, you must represent PM with the x value and y value. And prior to that, we must ensure that whether the particular point belongs to the curve. And basically, you will be knowing that how to judge whether the particular point belongs to the curve. By applying the point to the curve equation, we will be able to know whether it belongs to the curve or not. And second one, point G. Point G is another one, because using the point G and plain text, we will be generating a pair. Then I also require one public key from the user B. So I require a part of key from the user for doing the encryption process. This is one important step in the case of encryption. So PB can be calculated by performing scalar multiplication using NB and G, because we even discussed in the case of key exchange protocol. The key exchange protocol, both users will have access to the point G. So using that point G, the user B will be able to calculate the PB. PB is the public key of user B. So So which means that he is going to share that PB to user A. So how do we calculate PB? PB equal to NB into G, right? And just look at the computation part. The CM is a ciphertext point. Ciphertext points represent that the CM is a pair of points. So your plain text is a single point, and when you apply this to cipher for the generation of ciphertext generation, ciphertext generates in two different points. One is k into g. K is a random positive integer, and g is a point chosen by us. So kg is nothing but one scalar multiplication process. And after that, we are performing a computation pm plus k into pb. Pm is the point, input point, that is the input text. And k is the random positive integer which is chosen by the user A. Actually, k is a random positive integer used by only user A. Just imagine that user A and user B are involved in the communication, the secret communication using the elliptical cryptography. So I am considering only two users and I am explaining this algorithm to you. Now, you are generating one point using the kg computation, another point using pm plus k into pb computation, right? Pm is already known point, and k into pb again scalar multiplication. So you have to perform one point addition over there. For kg, one point multiplication, that is point doubling or point addition based on the given k value. Accordingly, after generation of k into pb is one point, pm is another point. These 2 points can be added using the point addition method, right? So by this two-way computation, you will be generating 2 points. That is, a pair of points will be generated during the encryption process, and user A generates a pair of points using the inputs. That is the details of the curve and random positive integer k, plain text point g, and pb from user B. You just understand that point g is separate, plain text point is separate, right? Now, I am not going to share the plain text point as such to the user B. User B will get only CM, and from the CM he or she is going to decipher the PM. But user B will be knowing the point G, because this is something it follows something similar to the operation that we performed in the key exchange algorithm. Because in key exchange algorithm as well, both the users will have access to point G. But in the case of encryption, only user A knows the PM, because he uses the PM and G to generate a pair of points CM. And now let us go to the decryption process. Now come to the decryption process. That is, decryption begins with the ciphertext received by user B. Now user B will be having access to that is the CM. The CM is made of a couple of points. One is kg, another one is pm plus k into pb. Kg and pm plus k into pb. So user B, if I am user B, user A would have sent me kg and pm plus kb. Along with that, what do I know? I know NB. And you must also understand that because I am the one who is generating PB, for generating PB, that is the public key of user B, I require access to both NB and point G. NB into G gives you PB. Right, now look at the computation. Now at the user B is going to perform the decryption process, and he is going to retrieve the PM from the inputs received by inputs sent to me by user A. So PM is equal to PM plus K into PB minus NB into KG. That is, first what I have to perform is NB into KG. KG is already available to me. So what you do, kg is a point. Now you perform one more scalar multiplication with the NB. So what you get another point, right? So PM is 1 point, KPB is another point, NB into kg is another point. So 3 points are there. So PM plus K into PB minus NB into kg. But now computationally how this is equal to PM? So just now remodify this equation. PM plus PB can be expressed as NB into G. PB can be expressed as NB into G, which we already saw, because in fact at the beginning of the encryption itself I require PB, because user A uses PB for the computation. Therefore PM plus K into NB into G minus NB into kg. K into NB into G is equal to NB into K into G. Therefore both the expressions will get cancelled and finally you will get PM, right? So what about this subtraction? Subtraction is nothing but A plus B. A minus B is equal to A plus minus B. So with respect to the prime field, now the mirror point has to be generated. For example, if xp comma yp is 1 point, xp comma minus yp is another point. That means minus of xp comma yp is equal to xp comma minus yp. Because mirror point, if you look at the curve, probably you might be able to understand. When xp and yp is on top, xp comma minus yp is just below that, because x-axis will not change, only y-axis y coordinate will change. So in this case, subtraction can be performed using addition by just negating the point. A minus b is equal to a plus minus b, right? I hope you understand how to perform the subtraction as well. Now with this basic understanding, let us get into a small problem involving both encryption and decryption. Now this is a problem statement. For the curve E11 of 1, 6 with point G equal to 2, 7 with random integer K is equal to 2 and NB is equal to 3 with plain text point PM equal to 5, 9, perform encryption and decryption using elliptical cryptography. And I hope the question is pretty clear. Now just let us begin with the encryption process. As you know, the encryption process requires 2 points to be generated. One is K into G, another one is PM plus K into PB. So now let us compute these elements one by one. First let us compute the K into G. What is K? K is equal to 2. And what is according to the curve? P, mod P is equal to 11, A equal to 1, B equal to 6. Therefore the curve can be expressed as y square equal to x cube plus x plus 6. This is the curve equation. And now for the G is equal to 2, 7. Therefore xb is equal to 2, yp is equal to 7, and as k is equal to 2, this is simply a doubling process. And of course we understand that xp is equal to xq, yp is equal to yq. And when you are performing this equation for point doubling, when you are calculating lambda can be expressed as lambda equal to 3 into xp square plus 1 divided by 2 into yp, and apply the elements in the equation. It is just direct substitution, that's it. So 3 into 2 square plus 1 divided by 2 into 7 mod 11, which gives me a value 8. So 14 inverse mod 11, and of course whenever the inverse modulo comes, you have to apply the extended Euclidean algorithm, right? So 14 inverse mod 11, that is equal to 4. So 13 mod 11 is equal to 2. 2 into 4 mod 11, that is equal to 8. And now come to the XR. XR equation is lambda square minus xp minus xq, as xp is equal to xq to minus 2 minus 2. So 64 minus 4, that is equal to 60 mod 11, that is equal to 5. And YR can be expressed as lambda into xp minus xr minus yp. So that gives me a value 2. Therefore, the point kg is equal to 5 comma 2. Remember, the encryption process requires you to compute a couple of points, one through kg computation, another through computation of pm plus k into pb. Now, pm is already given to us. Pm is equal to 5 comma 9. Pm is the plain text. Because the elliptical cryptography completely operates on the points. Therefore, every point is represented with x as well as y coordinate. Now, what is the next step? We have to compute k into pb, because k into pb needs to be added with the pm. So now look at the k into pb. pb is equal to nb into g. Who will compute pb? User b will compute pb, and he will send that value to user a, right? So as you know that the equation for pb is nothing but pb is equal to nb into g. nb, what is nb given? nb given is 3. Therefore 3 into g needs to be computed. 3g can be expressed as 2g plus g, and with 2g has been already computed, because both g's are going to be used by the same g is going to be used by both user a and user b. So 2g has been already computed, so I am going to use it. But understand that user b has to compute 2g and then 3g. So since 2g has been already computed, I use it. So 2g is equal to 5g. 2g is equal to 5 comma 2. With nb is equal to 3. Now, what I have to do is I have to do 2g plus 3g. Therefore, now what I am going to do is, now because xp and yp, xp is equal to 5 comma 2, xp is equal to 5, yp is equal to 2, xq is equal to 2, yq is equal to 7, right? Now, now what we are doing is nb into g, that is equal to pb. So therefore, because here we have to perform point addition process, therefore lambda equation is different. Lambda can be expressed as yq minus yp, that is 7 minus 2, divided by xq minus xp, that is 2 minus 5. So therefore 5 by minus 3 mod 11, which gives me a value of 2, and xr yr equation when you apply onto it to get a value 8 comma 3. Lambda square minus xp minus xq, and for yr it will be lambda into xp minus xr minus yp. Therefore pb is equal to 8 comma 3. Now pb is computed by user b. Now user b will send me pb. At user a, what he has to do is he has to compute k into pb. K is already given. What is the k value? K value is equal to 2. So 2 into pb, which is nothing but point doubling. So 8 comma 3, 8 comma 3, as you know that lambda equation is 3 into xp square plus 1 divided by 2 yp mod 11, which gives me a value of 7 comma 9. After applying lambda to xr and yr, we get k into pb equal to 7 comma 9. So pb is computed by user b, and it will be received by user a. User b uses the pb value to compute k into pb. Now what is the next step? First step, we computed kg. Next step, k into pb is computed. Now after that, what we have to do? pm plus kb, k into pb needs to be computed, which is nothing but a point addition. So computation of pm plus k into pb is happening now. pm is different point, k into pb is different point. Therefore, first I take the pm. What is the pm value? Pm is 5 comma 9. So xp is equal to 5, yp is equal to 9, xq is equal to 7, yq is equal to 9. The second point, that is xq comma yq, is k into pb, which was computed just now. K into pb is 7 comma 9, pm is 5 comma 9. Now both are different points, so point addition needs to be performed. The lambda equation is different here, yq minus yp, which are both are 9 minus 9. Therefore the numerator is 0. Therefore the complete lambda equation is 0. Now coming to the xr, 0 square minus 5 minus 1, because xp minus xq, xp is 5, and yp is 7, minus 5 minus 7, that is minus 12 mod minus 12 mod 11. So 11 minus 12 minus 1 mod 11 you will get minus 1 mod 11 is equal to 10, and similarly yr is equal to minus 9 mod 11, which gives you a value 2. So therefore the point is Pm plus K into Pb is equal to 10 comma 2. So now 2 points are generated. First one is Kg. What we got? Kg is equal to 5 2. Next is Pm plus K into Pb is equal to 10 comma 2. Now what you do? Now user A has encrypted the plain text, that is 5 comma 9, and with 5 comma 9 with basic components, now user A has generated a couple of points in the ciphertext which are represented as 5 comma 2 and 10 comma 2. Now this ciphertext points are sent to user B. Now let us go to user B and how he deciphers it. Now let us see how user B deciphers it. Now coming to the decryption process. As we already know, decryption is, what is the purpose of decryption? By receiving CM, by applying some computation, we have to generate the PM. So 2 points are received by user B to generate only 1 point, that is PM, plain text point. So PM can be deciphered by performing the computation Pm plus K into Pb. Remember in this particular equation Pm plus K Pb. In fact, I don't have access to PM directly. What user A sends me is Pm plus K into Pb. User A will not share me the details of K. User A will not share me the details of PM. So from Pm plus K into Pb and K into G, I should be able to recover the PM. And in fact, when I was explaining the decryption process, I just carried out a small derivation on how this PM is retrieved from these two elements. So Pm plus K into Pb minus Nb into Kg. First, I am performing Nb into Kg. So Kg is received by me. What is Kg? Kg is 5 comma 2. What is Nb? Nb is 3. Now just look at the problem given to you. Nb is equal to 3. So 3 into 5 comma 2, which is nothing but 1 point doubling and 1 point addition, because 2 into 5 comma 2 plus 5 comma 2, like when you are performing point doubling with 5 comma 2, doubling of the point 5 comma 2 gives you 10 comma 2, because xp is equal to 5, yp is equal to 2. So 2 into 5 comma 2 gives you 10 comma 2. After that, 1 point addition needs to be performed, because 3 into 5 comma 2 is our target. 3 into 5 comma 2 gives you 3g plus g, right? So 2 into 5 comma 2 is what? 10 comma 2. That is xp is equal to 10, yp is equal to 2, xq is equal to 5, and yq is equal to 2. And when you apply the lambda equation, yq minus yp divided by xq minus xq, since both yp and y2 have equal value, the numerator is 0, therefore lambda equation is equal to 0. So XR becomes minus 15 mod 11, that is equal to 7, and YR becoming minus 2 mod 11, that is equal to 9. So now we have computed NB into Kg. NB into Kg is equal to 7 comma 9. Now what is the next step? This NB into Kg has to be subtracted from Pm plus K into Pb. Therefore, what I require minus, so I already told you, right? A plus A minus B can be done by performing A plus of minus B. Now just look at this particular statement. Minus NB of Kg, that is equal to minus of 7 comma 9. What is minus of 7 comma 9? 7 comma minus 9. Because mirror point we have to take now. XP comma, let us consider if XP comma YP is 1 point, XP comma minus YP is another point, because this expression is different in the case of binary field. This expression is valid only for the prime field. Prime field is XP. So minus of 7 comma 9 is equal to 7 comma minus 9. So under the mod field mod 11, minus 9 mod 11 is equal to 2. Therefore, minus of 7 comma 9 is equal to the point 7 comma 2. Now Pm plus K into Pb is there, that is 10 comma 2, minus Nb of Kg, that is equal to 7 comma 2, right? So Pm plus Kpb plus minus of Nb into Kg. So now what operation needs to be performed? We have to perform point addition, that's it. Now take the P plus K into Pb, that is 10 comma 2, that is Xp is equal to 10, Yp is equal to 2, and minus Nb of Kg, that is equal to 7 comma 2, Xq equal to 7, Yq equal to 2. So as usual, Yp and Yq are equal, therefore numerator is 0, therefore lambda is equal to 0. So xr equal to 0, lambda square minus xp minus xq, that is minus 17 mod 11, that is minus 6 mod 11, minus 6 mod 11 is equal to 5. And coming to yr is minus 2 mod 11, which is equal to 9, right? And now we have come to the end of the decryption process. The decrypted point Pm is equal to 5 comma 9, right? And now what was the point taken? Pm is equal to 5 comma 9. Now we have decrypted it. Pm, using the Pm 5 comma 9, we got a couple of points in the ciphertext, which are 5 comma 2 and 10 comma 2, and user B received 5 comma 2 and 10 comma 2, and now user B is capable of decrypting it without knowing Pm, without knowing K, right? Just by applying the actual decryption equation, now user B is able to retrieve the Pm point. And this is how the encryption and decryption processes are happening in the elliptical cryptography operated in prime field ZP. I hope you have understood this concept of the process of encryption and decryption in ECC over field ZP. Thank you very much.